In this video, I'm gonna recreate the first 3D animation that will pop up on my Instagram. If it's gonna be advanced, I'm gonna spend here a lot of time, so I pray it's not. Alright, so I'm gonna head over here, I'm gonna refresh, and we're just gonna scroll until we find 3D animation. I'm just thinking if it's not too easy to create. Alright, let's be fair, we're gonna take it. So I'm just gonna save it real quick. So shout out to you, Mohammed Azam 826. I'm actually happy that it's not that complicated. Let's go, we're not gonna spend here a whole night. First, I need to prepare some assets, so I'm just gonna go to my folders. I'm just gonna find a bunch of reels. You know what? I used to create gym videos and I feel like they're gonna be perfect for the background, but we first need a base video. So for this, I'm gonna take my talking head. I'm gonna resize it. Let's make some order here. Maybe let's take a better frame. All right, I got one. Good old days when I was working out like crazy. There are some sacrifices that need to be made when you're posting daily on YouTube. In 2025, I already have 3 workouts in, so it's not bad. We need one more. All right, so we got 6 videos. Now I gotta play back for you one of these. Damn, these effects, man. That one is pretty good. Look at the cube. All right, let's get to work. All right, so first we need to go up. Then we're gonna move forward. Bro, I don't understand the language, but hopefully you didn't say something bad here. Somebody who speaks that language, you gotta tell me what he says in the reel. Alright, so we're just gonna put it aside. And first thing I'm gonna do is create a new camera. 35mm preset. Hit OK. OK again. New null object. Parent the camera to the null. Rename. Change the color. And put it underneath. Okay, now I'm gonna turn it into 3D. Actually, we could turn everything into 3D. This is gonna be a quick one, actually. All right, so first we need to create a movement for the camera. So I'm gonna hit Alt-Shift-P. Then we're gonna go somewhere here and go upwards. So now I'm gonna select these two, hit F9, use the mid graph. Maybe we could squeeze in the peak a little bit. Yeah, pretty good. I'll just extend it. And now we're gonna grab these and recenter them. Now with position, I'm just gonna move them away, and we would need to separately adjust all of them. I'm just thinking maybe they should be a bit further away because we're gonna create a zoom in effect. So now I'm just gonna select these 3, hit R, and we're just gonna change the rotation to like -20 maybe. That's too much. We're gonna change it to -15. Then also here we're gonna change Y rotation, but this time to 15. I'm gonna drag these 3 to the right and these 3 layers to the left. Might have went overboard. Let's squeeze it in. Okay, and now we need to adjust them separately. So one goes here, then the other one goes here, and do the same for the opposite side. Now let's see what we got. Wait, I need to put it somewhere here. Right, the problem with this is that they are too low, so we need to select them all, hit P, and with Y position we're gonna move it higher. Now we need to fix cam control, so I'm just gonna head over to the second keyframe and also do some adjustments. Yeah, way better. Now I feel like we could actually create a new null object, and I'm gonna parent all these layers to the null, so we have a full control in only one layer. I'm gonna turn it into 3D. Alright, so with this we're able to adjust the scale. I'm just gonna hit P, adjust Y. Yeah, that's way better. And what we need to do is duplicate cam control 1, hit U, delete the last keyframe, parent 1 to 2, and we need to create that zoom in effect. We need to create a sharp movement over here, but also we need to overlap the keyframes. And here, the remain movement is barely noticeable. Okay, pretty good. Kind of want to have that movement a bit more extended. So we're just gonna move it away with Z position and then decrease scale, then change Y. And I'm gonna probably move back a little bit. Okay, let's see now. Yeah, way better. Should we spice it up? Probably. So I'm just gonna select these 3 layers, create a keyframe for position, move back. Then I can't really see anything. So we're just gonna do it here. And we're gonna drag these keyframes to the very beginning, select them all, use this graph, that's the one. Probably I'm gonna extend the movement, and I'm gonna do the same for the opposite side, so we're just gonna create a keyframe for position. Let's go here just to see what's going on. Now we're gonna move them back, and we're gonna create the same movement. Pretty good, and now a good thing would be offsetting some of these layers, like that. Kinda like it, maybe even more. Quick look at the animation. Alright, so the thing I see here is that he used TV lines. So it's gonna be a perfect opportunity to show you how to do it, because some people ask me for this, even though it's been already mentioned in one of the videos, the one that pops up in the corner. So now I'm gonna create a new solid. I'm gonna rename it to TV lines. Then what we're gonna do is head over to Effect, Generate, Grid. Now we're gonna change the color to black, or you know what, just to see it better, we're gonna leave white. I'm gonna adjust the corner, then I'm gonna grab X anchor to the left side, And now we're gonna be able to adjust Y in the corner. So basically we need to squeeze them in and achieve something like that. I would probably change the border to 1 and adjust it one more time. It's HD comp, by the way, so it's gonna be different for 4K. Now I'm gonna change the color and probably change the opacity to 50. Small adjustment, but I feel like it's making the difference. The thing that I really like in this particular reel is that there's no depth. So guess what? I'm gonna grab something from provided pack. We just need a background there. I'm gonna probably grab this one. So that's how it's looking. And we're just gonna turn it into 3D, recenter, and with position, we're gonna move it away. Now I'm gonna scale it up and put it below our reels. Now the thing is that it's too bright, so we're just gonna adjust the exposure. And let's see now. I feel like it's too far away. I kinda have to open up the second view to tell if it's in a good position. Okay, we're gonna get it closer and we're gonna scale it down. Okay, much better. One thing I'm gonna do is probably just decrease the scale and then add motion tile to this, just because we got the edges over here and it's noticeable if you take a closer look, so we're just gonna do it like that. Perfect. Right, it's good. Maybe we could add vignette to this. Also, he's got that red lighting there, so I think we could create a new light. Let's change it to red. We're gonna use maybe point. Let's hit OK, but then we need to increase the intensity and we actually need to trim this lighting somewhere here. Probably not my favorite look. I would go back and I would make it more in between white and red. Nah, it's ass. Or maybe we should just make the background red. So I'm gonna add tint, change it to red, delete the lighting. It's probably a bit better. Now I'll go back to our background and I'll adjust the exposure. Here there was a text as well. I don't know what to type. Let's say recreating a reel. Now we're gonna turn it into 3D, put it somewhere here, and then I'm just gonna adjust the position so there's more depth. Even changing the Z position for that text here in the very beginning is making it look like it's 3D. I feel like we could make it a bit better by adding a new shape. I'm just gonna hit G, create a point, and we're just gonna create a line. Let's rename it. I'm gonna turn on the 3D layer and we're gonna put it right here, or actually right above the background. Let's recenter it, move it behind our reels, scale it up, and now with rotation, we're just gonna create something like that, I guess. Where is it? Right, I put it behind, so we need to adjust Z position. Okay, let's see now. I'm just gonna decrease the stroke width to like 4. I'm gonna duplicate it, go to transform, flip vertical, put it somewhere here. These lines are just gonna give us a little bit more depth, which is a good thing. Okay, and now on top I'm gonna add shake. Maybe we should like kind of load up these lines. So I'm gonna use trim paths. Like that, go here, keyframe end, move back, and change it to 0%. Now adjust the timing. I feel like we could make it pop up whenever we're creating that zoom in effect. I'm gonna actually create the same thing for the other layer. So we're basically gonna copy that effect and paste it here. But I would like to actually do it on the opposite side. So we're just gonna delete these keyframes. Keyframe start, move back, and we're gonna change it to 100%. Okay, pretty good. Let's adjust the timing and also the resolution. And something I would also do here is adding another text. I'm gonna type in reels, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna change it to red and we're just gonna recenter it. Turn it into 3D, recenter it again. Okay, but we need to adjust the position. Let's probably change it to a different font because I'm planning on adding deep glow here. All right. Whenever there's a fast movement, I would like to actually add a text animation to this. So I'm gonna trim it here. Let's go to animate. Wait, how did I do it? Tracking. And then here in tracking amount, we can extend the letters. But the problem is that it's going only to the right because the paragraph is the left one. So we're just gonna change it to center, recenter it again like that. And I'm gonna keyframe tracking amount, move it forward, and we're just gonna squeeze it in. Then I'm gonna select these two, easy ease, and we need to add one of the graphs. Sharp one should be fine. Let me show you. So a very sharp letter L, barely noticeable. Yeah, pretty good. Maybe let's extend it a bit. Also, I can tell that it's above the shake because it's not moving together with the other assets. So we're just gonna put it here, actually below the TV lines. Let me rename it. I don't like how the shake is acting, so I'm just gonna go to random seed and let's randomize it so it's a different look. Yeah, a bit better. Or maybe let's try one more time. Yeah, I'm gonna do it unless I find something good. Oh yeah, that should be fine. Alright, I'm good with this. I like when there's a sharp movement, the shapes in the background are changing. That's pretty cool. And now we're gonna take care of the effects. So what I'm gonna do is head over to the line, add deep glow. Then I'm gonna copy that effect, paste it to the other line, and we're also gonna paste it to the reels. We could probably play around with the values here. Let's see now. I really like that we use the trim paths for the lines because they're kind of lighting up the whole scene. And just because of that, the reels over here are more noticeable. And at the same time, they are having more separation between them and the background. Because without the lines and the text, they were pretty much blending in with the background. Hit that subscribe button for free sauce. I'm just gonna take one more look. Alright, he's added kind of a transition there, so we could do the same. Also, I'm gonna support myself with Pro Edit Pack. What should we grab? Maybe Light Leak. I'm gonna take a longer one, drop it here. Let's see. Ooh, but we need to change it to screen. And I would probably trim the beginning to make it a bit faster. And it's also not for this. Ooh, that's looking good. Maybe I should leave it for this. Alright, since we're trying to recreate it, I'm just gonna leave that transition for later, when we're getting back to the talking head. So for this, I'm just gonna duplicate that layer. I'm gonna put it on top, trim it somewhere here, and then the transition has to be on top. And also we need to turn off the 3D layer on this. Okay. Just looking for the brightest point here. I think it's pretty good. So let's turn on the motion blur on everything that has a cube. That's really good. The only thing I would probably do is bump up the deep glow for the text. So here I kind of want to have it stronger. Something like that maybe. That's way too much. I think we should lower it down to 1.4 and then bump up the radius. One adjustment will be going to the text and extending the keyframe. Now I need to select them, easy ease, go to the graph editor, and again we need to create a peak on the left. Damn, it's choppy as hell. Alright, seems good to me. One thing I would just do is probably adding another adjustment layer. Let's put it on top. I'm gonna add invert and also tint. Now I'm gonna trim it to 1 frame. And that flash could be a good idea over here. Now I'm gonna play it in full quality and let's see if we need any adjustments. We recreated it pretty accurately and we also spiced it up, so that was an awesome training. That's actually a fun one. Recreating reels is one of the coolest ways to learn. It's a lot of figuring out how somebody did it, and that's just the cool part about it. Because if the animation is very advanced and beyond your skill level, you're gonna have to really thoroughly think about it, which is good for the progress. So that'll be it for this video. Shout out to Mohammed and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.